Erica and Mike, we're working at the county level with trying to help give information to students and parents and staff members about what's going on with prescription use and abuse. And we just wanted to know from your vantage point, what are you as building administrators seeing in this particular situation?
I think, we were talking earlier, it's difficult to tell when a student is using some type of prescription drug that wasn't given to them for a reason, because, it generally brings them down, so they're sleepy, they're more quiet, they're just into themselves at the desk, and they might be that type of person anyways. So how do you really tell if somebody is taking something that they shouldn't have? I mean, what do you see?
Yeah, I see the same thing, and when you ask the student, it's, I'm just really tired, or, I didn't go to bed last night because I had too much to do, or I work late, and when they don't admit, there's really no way to evaluate whether they're using or whether they're truly just having a bad day, and it makes it very difficult.
Right.
At this point in time, though, what are you starting to have this be a huge concern of yours, or where are you at as far as a building administrator?
We're just beginning to see it more and more every year, but this year we had a couple concerns about students. Some we were able to confirm and others we were not. I think that many of our kids are beginning to use things that their friends have. Mm-hmm. Maybe some of them are actually prescribed for friends, and they use it because they're just having a bad time in their life, and it's a way to kind of self-medicate without going to a doctor or going to a psychiatrist. It makes them feel better for the time being. It makes them more relaxed. Some of the kids will say, you don't understand, I have to do this before I come to school. It helps me get through my day. And I think that we're seeing them use it to kind of control themselves, control their lives.
Yeah, kids will say, I'm having a bad headache, I've got a migraine today, and their friend knows this, and they're taking some, so, well, here, take this. This is what I take for my headaches, or this is what I take for something else, and this will help you with your headache. So they're just sharing it among themselves, or they've got a sibling at home that takes some type of medication, so they're just taking it from them. And then, if you call the parents, do they know how much is left in the bottle? Well, sometimes they do, but a lot of times they don't, because they're just relying on the child to take the medication on their own the way it's supposed to be. They didn't know that brother and sister's been taking it as well. So.
Yeah, we had a student selling their Adderall, and the parent actually had a concern. When I called, they're like, we're missing so many pills. We wondered, we kept asking them what happened to them. And it came out that they were selling those to other students in the district. So sometimes parents do count, and other parents trust their children just to take their medication, and it's hard to track. It's very difficult to track.
You just about to speak out. What's that? Oh,
yeah. We, I don't know if we're seeing a bigger problem yet or not. We have a program at our school called the Speak Out program, where kids can come and give us information anonymously if they want to, or they can do it in person with myself or any other adult in the building if they have a concern about another student that is doing something they shouldn't be doing, or is taking something they shouldn't be taking, or is selling, doing something like that. This year I think I had about maybe 2 students come forward, and the one did prove it to be something. It was enough information they gave to have to go and search, and we did find some stuff on the student. And while the student was forthcoming eventually and honest about it, the parents were very angry about the situation. They said they were angry at their child, but they were more angry at us because the process we followed afterwards is, if you're caught with an illegal substance that is not yours, you're going to go to Quest, because there's something going on here that's calling you to do this. This person's friends came and said, they're hanging around with the wrong person, they're getting involved in some things they shouldn't be doing, some things have happened to them, and we're concerned about them. And this was a 4.0 student, didn't miss school, has a job after school, very popular, very outgoing person, that when this information came, and then in talking with their teachers, okay, yes, some of these little changes I started to see at the end of the year, now it started to make sense. And, you know, I think that, you know, the parents wanted to fight us on it, but in the end, they went along, and I think that they're going to be more happier for it, that this is the action that we took. So.
I would say that almost every time we find a student with something, it's because another student came forward. Kids get nervous, they get scared, they see their friends with illegal drugs or, you know, marijuana, things like that, or they see them take something they shouldn't take, and it scares them. And they will come and say they have a concern, and that's usually how it starts. Every once in a while, a child will come to school acting very differently, and it comes more from an adult, but normally it comes from another child.
Right.
So the best thing we can do as a county is to give you basically tools to better educate your students, your
Right.
parents, your families, and even your staff.
Yeah, I mean, the students know what these substances are going to do to them. You know, that's why they're taking them, and it's not just, you know, you read about the problems in schools, but, you know, I've read some articles, you know, college students are getting a hold of Adderall and Ritalin and stuff before they take their final exams, because it does have that calming effect on them, and they're able to concentrate more just for that period of time. So it's not just an issue that we have at our level of schooling, it's above and beyond as well.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking the time to
Sure.
talk with us.